What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Lineman Football, and today's video is going to be part 2. Now, in the first part, I talked about what are the different football trends happening right now that I see going out of style very quick, and I think you should not invest your money in. Part 2 is going to be what are the timeless football accessories that I see players that have been wearing through generations that you can invest your money in. Okay, now some of these are new that are happening now and they're getting really popular, and some of them are things that you've seen forever. Now the first one is going to be all white. All white has always been a super clean look. When you're talking about white cleats, all white gloves, all white armbands, sure, whatever it is, that all white look has always been popular. So if your cleats are completely white, you have white socks, white gloves, whatever it has always looked good and it will always look good. There is nothing wrong with investing in an all white pair of cleats, especially compared to something with like animal print, or if you're looking at like the all white gloves. I would much rather invest money in a nice all white pair of really clean gloves than something with like crazy patterns like cheetah print or leopard print or whatever else they've come out with these days. The reality you're not going to like within a year. Next one, again, exact same thing, all black. All black is not as popular as all white, but again, at the same time, going with black works because black and white work with, say, multiple teams, other all black accessories like black, long sleeve, white long sleeve, and that way with either team I could wear it. Then within that, I sprinkled in a little bit of the team color with the armbands, with maybe, one long sleeve shirt or whatever it was, my cleat spats, different ways that you can accentuate for different teams. So all white and all black, you're always good to go with solid colors. Okay, now this is a change mostly because the NFL's new contract with Oakley. Now in the last video, I talked about visors and how you're not seeing as many people wear these rainbow iridium visors anymore. You're seeing a lot more NFL players going back to clear visors, clear mirror, smoke, and of course the prism visor by Oakley. You're seeing a lot of players now that it's kind of over with the iridium going back to these super clean looks, because the reality is a clear mirror, a clear visor, a smoke visor, those visors will always be in style. They've always been in style, and they're a good investment, especially because a clear and a clear mirror is something you can wear in practice, you can wear in games. It's not something you'd have to worry about between different leagues and different times a year. A clear mirror will always be popular. The ones that we always again look towards are going to be the Oakley visor if you like a very in and out easy visor that pops in, the Under Armour or the Nike. If you want a visor that fits really well with the Speed Flex and you still like that bubbled look, Shock 2.0 is also a fantastic visor for that. So there's tons of really good options and they're all around the same price point. So a clear mirror or a clear would be the first visor I invest in before going into those iridiums and those funky ones. Okay, the next one that's going to be timeless is always wearing your normal game socks. Now you see a lot of people doing all these different game socks, but the reality is that the ones that your team wears are something that's really going to always be popular. You'll always see kids wearing it, and it matches your uniform in most cases. So it's something that if you look back in the photos, you will not think, man, what was I thinking wearing those? Now, one that I've seen recently that started to get really popular is going to be the Jordan 1 cleat. Now, the Jordan 1 cleat has made its way into football in the highs and the lows. I thought the Jordan 1 cleat was going to be something that came in. It looked really big, bulky. It didn't look like you could move very well in it. And I thought it was going to go out really quickly and kind of fade out. And when I've talked to players about it, they said that it's because although it looked very bulky at times, it's an incredibly light cleat. It's very comfortable to wear. They like the stud pattern on the bottom. And the Jordan 1 has been a design that's around forever and it's lasted. And that's why it's so popular. So if you're looking at different shoes that mimic, again, fashion styles, you want to go with stuff that's always been in. Again, the Jordan 1 has been in since it came around. The Jordan 1 as a normal shoe is popular. Therefore, the Jordan 1 cleat that is in now will be in for a while because of the popularity of Jordan 1 shoe that came before it. So I see the Jordan 1, if you are interested, are a very comfortable cleat from what I've heard. I've never tried them myself, and they're incredibly lightweight. All right, the next one is going to be armbands. So in my last video, I talked about how all these amount of armbands people are wearing is going out. But in reality, wearing two armbands has always been a timeless style. Having one on either arm has been a timeless look because when you put it at the perfect spot, it pops your bicep a little bit and makes your arms look a little bigger. That's why players have always done it, so they can make their arms look bigger. That's just the reality of it. So wearing two armbands, something you have two sets now, you're fine. That won't go out of style. You're good to go. All right, now the next one is going to be your standard face masks. So the ones that the styles that have always been around, the basic ones for receivers, quarterbacks, linebackers, But the custom masks where they're doing like crazy designs in them, the overbuild designs, that stuff's out. The standard face mask designs that have always been around, they will always be here, and that's because they serve a functional purpose and they'll always be popular for that reason. Now, one that's gotten a lot more popular is soother mouth guards. And again, soothers is something that I thought was going to come in, it was going to have its place, looked kind of weird, and then it was going to go out again. But the reality is that the soother mouth guard has become very popular because it has created more of a functional purpose. Some of the soothers in the past were not easy to use because you couldn't breathe well with them, so I thought they were going to go out of style. But once the soother was adapted to have, more airflow technologies like the Shock Doctor, like the next trend that I showed off before, with those ones where it's actually easier to breathe. So soothers will always, I think, now be in because they have transformed to serve a more functional purpose on the field. Again, now continuing with this theme is going to be the last thing, is what will always be in style and timeless is something that is functional. So if you look at items like a towel, a wrist coach, gloves, any of those items where they actually serve a functional purpose will never go out of style because they're always needed. If it's something that is really no value other than the style of it, then it's something that could, as any fashion trend, goes out and something new will take its place. So there you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed part 2 of this video. Now, if you didn't see part 1, it will be right here as well for you to, it'll be right here for you to check out. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks.